Medical Ministry, page 216, paragraph 2. What did I say?
Medical Ministry.
Page 216, paragraph LOI says, it may be necessary for the medical professional to go to the hospital, but that person must only do what is necessary to ease suffering, and the money he or she earns must be given to the church.
Amen.
Medical Ministry, page 216, paragraph 2. I didn't say that, Ellen White said that. Let me say it again. You see, Jesus said it is lawful to do good on the Sabbath. It is lawful to heal on the Sabbath. He never said it is lawful to work, because it was he who said on Mount Sinai, in it thou shalt not do any work. But he approves doing good, and saving life is doing good. Easing suffering is doing good. Earning money is not doing good on the Sabbath. And so LOI counsels give the money to the church. Let me leave that alone quickly.
Amen.
You see, some people prefer to work on Sabbath, well, in the United States, because the pay on Sabbath is more than during the week. Double. And so they say, well, I'm a doctor, I can go in, the angels don't mind. No, God reads this. He reads this. The fact that you're a doctor or a nurse doesn't mean you're free to work. You should do everything you can to avoid going in. But if you have to, you follow LOI's counsel. Once you make exceptions for one group, then the fireman comes and says, well, can I work on Sabbath? Then the policeman comes and says, can I work on Sabbath? Then whomever, the jeepney driver, can I work on Sabbath? It's dangerous to make exceptions to God's law. You open the floodgates to all kinds of exceptions. A man may say, well, in the Philippines, there are 10 women to 1 man. Can I have 2 wives? I'll be doing them a favor. You cannot make exceptions. Serving God is serious business. Patriarchs and Prophets, page 479, paragraph 2, Ellen White writes, God shut Moses out of Canaan to teach a lesson which should never be forgotten, that he requires exact obedience. Counsels for the Church, page 268, paragraph 5, Ellen White writes, the history of God's dealing with his people in all ages shows that he demands strict obedience. If you're going in for brain surgery, don't you want the surgeon to follow strict principles? Yes. He's cutting up your head. You want him to do everything right. Every little detail has to be right. God is the same way. Remember the Sabbath day to keep it holy. If you know it, say it with me. 6 days shalt thou labor and do all thy work. But the 7th day is the Sabbath of the Lord thy God. In it thou shalt not do any work. Let me pause. Thou shalt not do any work. Who is excluded? Nobody. What about doctors? Does God make an exemption for Sabbath keeping for doctors? You're not sure what to tell me. Why are you uncertain? What does the commandment say? Thou shalt not do any work. LOI tells us, if a doctor has to go into a hospital, you see, Jesus says it's lawful to do what? He didn't say it's lawful to work on the Sabbath. You're not listening tonight. He said it's lawful to do what? Good on the Sabbath. He never said it's lawful to work. I don't care how long the tradition has been in our church that doctors and nurses work. They're wrong. It's now, let me finish what I'm saying before you rush off and point your finger in your local doctor's face. You're a doctor. You go in on the Sabbath. There's an emergency. You go as a volunteer. Are you with me? You don't want any pay. LOI says any pay a doctor or nurse receives for Sabbath must be given to a special fund for poor people who can't afford medical care. I can bring the exact quotation if I find it tomorrow. Listen to me, there are no exceptions when it comes to God's law. We must all obey. Yes, it's lawful to do good, it is not lawful to work.
Okay, go ahead,
We're
sister.
talking about the doctors and the nurses
Yes.
working on the Sabbath. You know, in regards to healing on the Sabbath. So, say they weren't getting paid on the Sabbath, would that change things?
You don't work on the Sabbath.
Okay.
Jesus said it's lawful to do good. He did not say it's lawful to work. You see, if you excuse Sabbath work, which gains pay, then you must excuse the fireman. And you must excuse, because they have good arguments, you must excuse the policeman. You may have to excuse the FBI agent. There are quite a few Adventist FBI agents.
Okay.
The 10 churches in Washington, D.C. We cannot make an exception for any commandment.
Okay.
Once you do that, you open the floodgates to make exceptions for all the other 9. In it thou shalt not do any work, and trust God to take care of you. There's a reason why God did not send manna on Sabbath.
Okay.
Manna means that which keeps you alive, you understand? Because they complained they were hungry, they're about to die. He said manna, but not on Sabbath, which means God does not provide a living on the Sabbath. As I said sometime, I don't know to whom, if you make a living on the Sabbath, it didn't come from God.
Okay. Thank you.
It did not come from God. The devil can give you things. Don't misunderstand me, but it did not come from God. Yes.
Can you repeat the text from Medical Missionary?
Page 216, paragraph 2.
Page 216.
16, paragraph 2.
Thank
The chapter is the sanitarium family, something like that.